You will never reach your full kingdom potential until you first overcome your giant. Facing giants is intimidating. Look at me. Face it anyway. To defeat your giant, you're going to have to fight. It's going to be tough. Fight anyway. It might be ugly. Fight anyway. It might be difficult. Fight. Don't wait for the giant to leave. Fight now. Fight today. Now. If defeating your giant matters, start now.
You are an overcomer. You are a conqueror. You are more than victorious. You are a pioneer, and you come from a long line of giant killers. You were made in the image and likeness of God, the ultimate giant killer. You come from the line of Moses, a giant killer, Joshua, a giant killer, David, a giant killer, Jesus, a giant killer, the disciples, giant killers. The people in this room with faith are giant killers. You come from a long line of giant killers. And yes, your giant may be big, but Jesus is bigger. I am not minimizing the giant in your life. It is big. It's time for you to face him and move forward in life.
There's always a giant between you and your destiny. Chances are, if you ask God to go to another level, a giant's gonna show up. You gotta learn how to convert your fear into faith. You gotta learn how. Listen, heroes and cowards both deal with fear. The heroes just learn how to convert the fear into faith. Faith involves some fear and doing it anyway. And at some point, you got to stand up to it. You want to be strong? Spend time with God. You want to convert your fear into faith? Spend time with God, and he'll start helping you use fear as fuel for your faith to trust that God can do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that's at work on the inside of us.
How are you looking at the giants that are facing you right now? Because in God's word, Red Seas can part. Jericho walls can fall down. The sun can stand still. The Jordan River can part. Giants have to fall. Everything bows. Every circumstance you're facing, no matter how big it looks, no matter the bills you gotta pay, no matter how lonely you feel, no matter how far away marriage may look, or a healthy marriage or a healthy family, or whatever it is you're facing that's trying to tell you it's never gonna change, you need to see your circumstances through the lens of God's word. That every circumstance, every giant, every mountain you're facing can crumble into the sea as you begin to move towards it with faith in God.
When's the last time you ran toward your giant? Goliath of the worst case scenario, I'm not gonna assume that. I'm going to trust in the armies of the living God. And consequently, you run in the direction with faith, with courage, because you have listened to the voice of God.